episode of the Rugged Road Hunting Podcast. This is episode 11. Today we are joined by Caden, one of my former classmates. And yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself, Caden.
Well,
no pressure, but so I want to start off story time. What was the first deer you ever got?
my first deer was a 7-point basket rack that I got in 2017.
What'd you use?
Crossbow. Unfortunately.
How you do a lot of hunting, fishing, or
Mostly hunting.
mostly hunting? And you do bird hunting and anything like that too?
Yeah, waterfowl.
Do a lot of waterfowl, huh? I only went waterfowl for ducks when I was in Alaska, and it was some of the most fun shooting I've ever had.
Mm.
We weren't hitting anything, but we were lighting up the sky. Anyway, so yeah, typically come in, we just ask you, and this year, you sent me that picture. That buck was a monster.
Thanks.
How many points?
11.
Did you ever have it measured?
Not professionally, no.
Rough?
Rough, like 144.
It's a big
Yeah.
buck.
That's nice.
Yeah. So anyway, before we get started, I'm happy they finally back from Argentina. This was my piggy in Argentina. His tusks need to be glued in. They're sticking out a little too far, but yeah, they're pretty big skull on that boy. And of course, my cull buck that I got over there, this little fellow with the 3 beams, kind of ugly. I don't even know how many points you would count it as. I guess that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Are you counting that the same as I am? Are you getting 10 here?
Yeah,
I said 10.
10, yeah.
thereabouts.
Yeah. Long time and
This was
expensive to have.
This
And
was
it's-
beautiful.
This was my trophies. You know, he was the dominant buck on the mountain that I killed. He pushed 4 other. The 2 of them were about his size, but it didn't have the crown, so it wasn't considered a trophy. But you got that 5x6, and he came in. It was a cool hunt. He came in just roaring. Yeah, so that's kind of a once in a lifetime hunt, but go in there and just to hear him roaring all night, it's crazy. But like the end of the week, you know, yelling out the window, "Shut the hell up!"
That's funny. Did you see any cats while you were there, or any sign?
So, oh yeah, lots of sign, but I didn't see. But so where we were hunting was kind of away from where we were staying. We were on a ranch that was archery only. So we had to take a truck down to a river, take a rowboat across, and our guides picked us up on the other side, and we went onto it was something like 20,000 acres that we were hunting. It was huge. All fair chase, no high fence or anything like that.
Yeah.
And in the morning we got there, the guides were all kind of like nervous. When they pulled in, a cat came right across.
Really?
And so yeah, the hoof prints they were big.
That's awesome.
But they're stealthy, and while I was there, a bull stag got taken down and killed by a mountain lion.
That's crazy.
So it was dead on the road and all just ripped apart.
That's insane.
So I mean, another stag might have killed it because it was in the peak of the roar, their rut.
Yeah.
But a mountain lion, you know.
Maybe the other stag wounded it, and then the mountain lion.
Yeah, so the property we were on, it's unlikely that it got hit, but
Yeah.
mountain lion could eat.
Yeah.
So there was no question what was picking at it.
Yeah.
You know? I guess you could tell where the pigs got it and where the lion gets it because it just kind of cuts it apart. Go ahead, Newt.
All right. What's your method of hunting? Are you a tree stand guy, saddle?
Tree
blind?
stand. I would like to try the saddle, but never really got around to it.
I love the saddle.
Yeah,
It's
I've never tried it either. So
Do you know what? Next time we archery, we're gonna set you up and have you shoot from a saddle. I've got Brendan's here, so
yeah,
we'll teach you how to saddle.
this tree right back here.
Yeah, your old
I'll try it.
old swing. So, how many deer have you gotten in your life, you'd say?
About 10.
About 10. All bucks. You get some doe in there too.
Some doe, yeah.
'Cause since I've known you, you've got 3 or 4 now, right?
Buck total, 3.
Yeah, because I think all 3 you were already my student, correct?
No.
Well, didn't you get a pretty good one a couple?
Or no,
years
actually,
ago?
I got 4 buck. One of them I just got last year, 2 years ago, 24.
Yeah. But the other 2, I already knew you.
Yeah.
I remember you coming in. All right, so send me a picture.
Yep.
I looked at the antlers, and I said, "Wow, that's impressive." And I it was looking at me kind of funny. So take us through your hunt this year.
Well, basically it started with, sounds kind of weird, but it makes sense. So my Pop-Pop's rifle,
What kind of rifle?
it's a Winchester 670A in 3006. He got it for Christmas how many years ago? He glass bedded the barrel to make it full free floating, did some work to it, and then I got that gun, got it sighted in with reloads that he did, 150 grain soft points, and that was my second or third hunt with that gun.
Did you get out in archery at all this year, or you?
Yeah, but I never really got a shot at a buck.
Were you getting doe or anything, or just?
I got a doe in the early season in 5C.
Was that your first bow kill?
My first compound bow kill was 24, a doe.
Okay. It's a little harder with the bow, huh?
Yeah,
All
definitely.
right, so keep telling us the story about this buck. Opening day?
No, it was a little bit after. It was early December. That morning I got there, parked the truck, and the tree stand was actually a tree stand that we overlook a lot of times. We don't really go to it because it's so close. But it overlooks a meadow, and then it looks up over like 2 or 3 valleys. And it was like 7:30 in the morning. I was in the stand. I just saw movement, and it was in the brush. So I tried to get, I tried to get them in the binos, and I think it was 2 doe. I lost sight of them, and then.
How far away are you?
Oh, they were to my right, probably about 75 yards.
Yeah.
But I lost sight of them. They went over the hill into the next valley, and then further over to my right, I saw movement. And then when I got them in the scope, saw the antlers. Couldn't really tell size there.
But you do.
But I knew he was definitely legal. I knew he was nice. And that was about 120, 130 yards. And then he was on the move. I fired a shot. It was not a good shot.
Were you offhand or were you
Offhand? Yeah.
You didn't have a rest or a bypass?
No. And then he took off running. So I cycled the bolt, and he ran to behind my stand along a hill. And I got him in the scope, and I basically just let him have it once I got behind the shoulder, and I watched him drop, and he slid about 10 yards down the hill.
Nice.
So.
At that point, you're pretty excited. Did you realize you hit him with the first one at that point, or no?
No,
You thought it was
I
okay?
thought I missed. So
So talk about walking up and seeing this dude.
basically, once he was down, I called my dad. I was basically like, I just shot a buck. I'm pretty sure it was a decent 8-pointer or something like that. He was nice. And then once I hung up with him, I went to him, and where he slid downhill, he landed in like a sticker bush. So I couldn't really see him well. And once I got up to him, I basically just grabbed the antlers, looked at him, and I just did my best to count points. And I was like, what the heck?
That's awesome. Christmas came early then. That's awesome.
Yeah, I was surprised I could count that high.
So the second shot, perfect.
Yeah, that one
Double
was
long, right behind the shoulder.
Yeah, that one was about 1/2 inch off the shoulder blade, right behind it, double long.
So when you missed the first time, how come you didn't just take off running? Why was he moving a little slow? Where'd that first bullet go?
So he was actually running pretty good. The first shot was quite a bit front, kind of jaw area. The only time I've ever shot at a moving animal before that was geese. So in the moment, I didn't really think, and I led the shot.
Gave him a little facial reconstruction.
Yeah.
What we'll say is you were used to geese hunting, so you thought he was going to go across and up.
I'm just glad I wasn't using a polymer tip.
Yeah,
That would be
it did a
bad.
punch right through it. It didn't.
Yeah, it just punched right through.
I was gonna say it really didn't look that bad for taking a 30-06 inside.
No, it's a good thing that was a soft nose.
I can't believe that alone didn't drop it, or at least knock it out a little bit. But,
No,
you dropped that one over at Bob's, over in Orfield?
no, it was actually my dad's aunt's place. It has about 60 acres.
No. I said you dropped the head off that.
Oh yeah, the taxidermist.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
When I opened the shop in the fall, I was just going around handing out my flyers. And he was like, "Yeah, put it right here." And a couple of guys came from his direction. So if you're in Orfield, Chenexville, you want a good taxidermist, I think it's just called Bob's Taxidermy.
Yeah.
And he sells live bait. It's fishing season.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's how'd it feel to get that buck?
Really good. I didn't even know he was in the area. We had a couple trail cameras up, never saw him. And that was the first time I saw him. So
Is that the biggest buck of your family?
yeah, my dad in the 90s, he shot one with the bow that was pretty similar. I think it netted somewhere in the 130s. I don't know what it was gross.
After we're done, I'll take you and I'll show you some. I got some bucks in my bedroom here. And obviously, that's my moose. You can't miss Rudy.
He's dressed up for Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, Taco Tuesday and Cinco de Mayo on the same day. That's gonna. Ay. Arriba. Yeah, who would you say are your largest hunting influences? How did you get into it?
It would be a split between my dad and my pop. Both of them took me hunting. Both of them helped me get into it, whether it be waterfowl or deer. So I would say it's a split between the two.
Your dad's got a few nice ones since I met
Yeah.
you guys. Last year was a pretty decent 8-point, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was actually an 8-pointer I had on camera, and I wanted to get it, but he shot it when I was at work.
So that's what dads do. If my son ever gets motivated enough that I don't have to hold his hand, starts finding good spots, I'm gonna sneak it out.
That's funny. So bow or crossbow? Compound or crossbow?
Definitely compound.
Why?
I feel like crossbows are kind of in that range where it's trying to be a bow and a gun at the same time, and I think they have their place for select uses. But I think people tend to take advantage of the crossbows, and they want range finding scopes and electric draws and everything. They just take any human skill out of it that they can.
So you work in a bow shop.
Yeah.
So you deal with this quite a bit.
Yep.
What's the busiest time when it comes to guys trying to buy crossbows?
Definitely probably like September. You have a lot of guys that want to get a crossbow and go out the next day. They expect it to be sighted in out to 120 yards because their closest shot is 80.
So they do a lot of practicing all summer, really geared up, really excited about archery in general, or they're just looking for the easiest way to kill something.
Just the easiest way. They tend to take the lazy way out.
Weather's warming up. It's 3D season. I love shooting my bow.
Yeah.
I was just asking. Those were kind of leading questions, I know. I don't hate crossbow hunters all the time.
Right.
And listen, like I always said, butcher shop, please bring your deer that you shoot with the crossbow. Generally, and I don't care what you use. Like Newton likes the flintlocks and muzzle loaders and stuff like that. I just think as technology, even with the bow and arrow, the technology is getting so much better. You have the resource. It's a limited resource, and we don't own it.
Yeah.
And a 6-week archery season, and now with Sundays and everything, crossbow's too damn easy.
Yeah. I'm not 100% against crossbows. I'm against when people want to take something and just make it as easy as possible, and they expect everything to be perfect, and they just want to be able to shoot 80 yards.
Well, Pennsylvania's a no bait state, but we're in 5C, which is a bait county. I think there's 3 bait WMUs in PA.
Yeah.
Because we're just outside of Philadelphia. and we have an overabundance of doe. You don't need to bait them here, but you can. But having a ground blind, a feeder, and a crossbow, it's not hunting.
Yeah.
And a lot of the arguments I just don't like. Oh, well, I'm feeding my family. That $3,000 crossbow.
That's a lot of ground beef.
Yeah.
That's a lot of ground beef.
Plastic ground blind, that's probably $3,000 or $4,000.
Yeah.
The thousands of dollars you spend throwing a 50-pound bag of corn in your feeder every 2 or 3 days during hunting season, to each their own. My passion for hunting came from hard work, and my passion for archery came from I love shooting my bow. I love shooting my recurves. I actually enjoy shooting my recurves more than I do my compound, but I just love shooting archery. I love shooting guns too. And my guns are a lot easier than a crossbow. I don't enjoy shooting a crossbow. Who goes out and shoots? I try to shoot 2 dozen arrows every day. That's my thing. 2 dozen arrows. And that's the other thing too. Shoulder injuries. You can't talk about shoulder injuries with me. I've had 5 shoulder surgeries. I had a full reconstruction. I can't lift my one arm over my head, but I could pull back my bow and shoot.
Yeah.
And it took a little bit of work, but.
One thing I just thought of when looking at it is think of it from the point of taking a test for school or a class or something like that you're really passionate about. So which route do you think you're going to learn more, have more experiences, have more practice, and an all around better time getting through the test with practicing consistently, versus just using AI or cheating on the test? Which one do you think you're going to learn more in?
Well, that's how I feel about it. Just I give crossbow guys a hard time. And a lot of, you guys probably both started with crossbows, right?
Yeah.
And it got you into it, and now you're bow hunters.
Yeah.
So that transition was not my son, same thing. He started with a crossbow. And I think just getting kids into woods is great. But like you said, practice. You know how I like to shoot. I like shooting long distance. I love all of my guns. But getting ready for Rudy, I knew I was using my 7mm, and that was the only gun I shot all summer.
Yeah.
I didn't even want to touch my other guns. I wanted that muscle memory that if I saw, I came up. Bang.
Yeah.
So every week I was shooting. I was practicing out to 500 yards, and I felt pretty confident. Pull up, get a good rest, and hit a moose at 500. My dad and I were talking about this today because so we. This is new. This is podcast 11, and we're trying to have certain questions that we ask everybody. It's kind of a uniformity, but whatever. It could go off the rails. But we were talking about favorite caliber, favorite gun, and long-range shooting. And I want to get out to 1,000 yards. Not for hunting, but just shooting. I'll show you my long-distance gun downstairs. I listen to these guys, and I'm sure you're on these different hunting sites too.
Yeah.
30-06, greatest gun. Nothing wrong with the 30-06. But out to 800 yards, no problem. 800 yards is a far shot.
Yeah.
I really want to see these 800-yard shooters at the range. And I was talking about a guy from up by me. He married a friend of mine, and he does 1,000-yard shoots. And he just got out to 1,000 yards, and he showed the target, and it was a 5-shot group. And it was here, 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 and a miss.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, that's believable.
Yeah.
But I showed him, oh, that's nothing. Here's my 5-shot group at 100.
Yeah.
I'm like, 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
Have you ever shot far?
No, I think the furthest I shot was maybe 150.
Dude, tell us about shooting far.
So, it's not all sunshine and rainbows, and it's not a cakewalk. My little nerdy self was up there with my ballistics calculator and everything. I'm like, I'm going to drop this much at da-da-da-da-da. And then it took me, 15, almost a box of ammo to get on the...
Well, you sighted in on our main range at 100.
Yeah.
Did you shoot at 200 before we went?
No.
All right.
No.
So the furthest he ever shot that gun was 100 yards. And then he was trying to ring steel at 400.
Oh, wow.
A 12-inch plate.
Yeah. Took almost a box of ammo. But Eventually, I got like, what was it?
The problem was, and this year I'm going to take a rototiller around the targets
Yeah.
to get, because there's no splash. It was just going into the grass. And I know the property because the wind, even though it looks like it's coming one way, it actually does this. So it feels like the wind is hitting you, but down below it comes the other way, and that's a much stronger wind.
Yeah, okay.
So the breeze you're feeling at the top of the hill for the bullet's only traveling about 50 yards, and it hits the wind going the other direction. And we have ribbons out there. So if the ribbon's straight out sideways, you're shooting pretty far. And if it's just kind of flapping.
Yeah.
What were we aiming about? 8 inches off the target to hit it? To the right, I believe that.
Yeah, about 8 inches.
Yeah. So at 400 yards, it was about 8 inches of drift from a light breeze.
Yeah.
What was I shooting?
7mm.
Was I shooting 7mm?
Yeah.
And you were shooting the 308?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
That's a hit. Is that 4?
Speaking of guns, what is your go-to gun?
Right now it'd be the 30-06 that I got my buck with last year. It's the most accurate gun I have.
Is it sentimental too? Because it's your
Yeah.
grandpa's gun?
Yeah, it's sentimental, and I mean, it's the gun I shoot the best right now. With that free-floating barrel, I know that gun's more accurate than I am. So,
Do you have a favorite caliber? And if so, what is it?
I guess it depends. I used a 243 for a little bit. I really liked that. It did well. But the 30-06 was the only gun that ever dropped a deer in its tracks. I didn't really experiment with 7mm, 308, things like that yet.
So if you're going to go buy a gun right now.
More than one.
If you're going to buy, what caliber would you pick right now going blind into the store?
With what I have now, or if I was starting new?
No, right now. You have,
Right now?
you know what? That's a good both.
I would say starting new, probably 308 because ammo availability.
30 cal too. Get a good heavy bullet.
Yep. And I would say right now, probably some variant of the 7mm. A lot of people talk really great about it, so I want to see if it's really worth it or not.
It's a thumper. Right now, I'm in between because I'm going to Cabela's tomorrow, and I have a 270. My buddy and I are going together, and he's got his mind. He really wants a 270. I already have a 270, so I might get the same gun as his, or he's buying it as a birthday present for me. So he's a hell of a guy. He's actually the other half of like the whole Rugged Road thing. He's actually the pretty face. We're doing a podcast, but he's the one who's gonna help booking all the trips and stuff because he has all the experience. But I like the 7mm 08 because of the short throw action. You don't quite have but I'm a big fan of these PRC rounds.
Yeah. I'm itching for a 6.5 PRC. Like itching for one.
If you had your choice between a 6.5 PRC and a 6.5 Western, what would you get?
See, I don't know enough about the 6.5 Western to say anything. But
I'm a huge
6.5 Western.
I love the 6.5 Creedmoor. I know a lot of people don't. I understand with the 308 why you might want the heavier 30 cal bullet, especially if you're going for bigger things. But 6.5, it's just such a great shooting gun, and the rumors aren't true. It doesn't poke a thin hole right through them, and you're not wounding deer. And if you are, you just can't shoot. Everything I shot is folded up quick. I actually drop deer faster at the 6.5 than the 7mm. I don't know why. My 7mm blows giant holes in things. But, that's kind of one of those things too. Ballistics are weird. Well, you guys both listen to my lectures on ballistics, but I've shot deer with the same gun, same ammo, and same spot, completely different results. I shot a doe with my 270 with a Nosler ballistic tips, and that deer ran 100 yards up. The bullet hit and just exploded like a hand grenade inside. A couple of years later, I shot a smaller 6-point, almost in the same spot, and it tipped over like it got hit with a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
And it blew a hole right through it. what I use? My 7mm, I got my PA buck, and it ran. Not too far. I took a 7mm through the heart. But still ran probably 40 yards.
Yeah.
And then my Montana muley, that was a big deer. And I pumped lead right into it. And, I don't know if I told you the story, but I was hunting in Montana, and we were putting on a drive for the other guys, and this came blasting out of a hedgerow. It was about 130 yards, so I swung through with it. Boom! And I felt like I hit it perfect. But, 7mm gives you... And then in turn, it started coming towards me. I was like, perfect. Kind of had it shot at the chest, started quartering towards me again. Boom! I cracked it another one. I was like, and then it ran about 50 yards and stopped broadside. I was like, and I could see when I brought up the gun, I could see blood coming out from its heart. And I was like, perfect spot there. Boom! And it was still standing there. And the only thing I've ever seen swallow lead from a 7mm like that was Rudy.
Yeah.
He ate 4 of them and was standing there too. So I brought up the gun again, and I'm like, I can see blood coming out of its chest. Boom! And now I know I hit it perfect. It's a 7mm. So I'm fumbling to get my phone out. I'm like, I'm going to record it. And it started walking off. And I was like, so now I throw the phone and I'm trying to get another round in, and I see it wobbling. I was like, all right. So then, it's the only mule deer I ever killed. So they're tough.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why I think it's more important to hit them good than the gun.
Yeah.
Where do you aim when you use it? I'm a bow hunter my entire life. I aim for the heart.
Yeah, so see, that's a very subjective thing for me. So like if I'm close to another property where I don't have permission and it's rifle season, shoulder. Anywhere else though, behind the shoulder.
You?
Behind the shoulder. Typically try to aim like top of the heart, bottom of the lungs.
Unless you're going for the jaw.
That's a one-time thing.
Headshots, in or out? How do you
For
feel?
me?
Yeah.
Out. No.
I'm anti-headshot.
Out.
Woodchucks only.
Yeah.
Woodchucks and squirrels.
Yeah.
What other questions do we have for you over there, Bob?
We got favorite hunting gear. Brand.
Because you got Sitka's model right there.
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised he's not in Sitka right now. Have we given me the
I usually always wear my Sitka shoes for this too. So.
Yeah, I just tried Sitka this year for the first time, and I'm a fan of it, honestly.
Landed another one.
I was a big Kuiu fan. Same guy made both before he passed away. He created Sitka for rugged hunting, and then it kind of got made, and he sold it to Gore-Tex. And then you just have the crazy Sitka prices. And then he created Kuiu with the idea, this is just for, like, I think dull sheep hunting in Alaska was the idea that this super rugged clothing. And in my mind, Kuiu was the best. They recently sold the company. I haven't bought anything since. But now I see they're advertising like work gear and Kuiu golf gear. And I was like, I'm sure it's good quality stuff. But I liked when it was just for rugged hunting.
Yeah.
That being said, I don't need anything.
Yeah.
Archery season, I'm actually a big scent lock guy. I believe in the power of activated carbon.
Yes.
Not everybody does. Now you're shaking your head. No,
No.
not a believer.
No, I'm not. I'm not a believer in it.
No, why don't you believe?
Oh boy.
Do you practice scent control at all?
Minimal. I'll use like the scent killing laundry detergent and the spray, but I don't go for the scent proof lockers and the scent proof jackets and the ozone things and all that.
You play the wind a lot, or?
Not even that. No, this year I don't think I got winded once, and I didn't do anything crazy. So.
That's a bold claim, Cotton. I'm a scent lunatic, but I never get winded. If I could, I'd play the wind, but I'm really not concerned. And listen, I don't have 200-inch Iowa deer on my wall, but I'll get the biggest deer in the neighborhood. And I'm not cocky. I'm good. Actually, that's not true. Across the street here, the biggest buck 2 years ago now, or 3?
3.
3 years ago, there was a big buck in the neighborhood. And I had him at 15 yards, and he was moving early. So I was starting to hang my sticks, and it came out. So I'm behind a tree, and he's behind a bush following a doe. I draw back, I step out, and the doe turns, and he turns and walks quartering away. I actually came right up here to my front lawn, and I didn't take the shot. I didn't want to risk it, which I didn't mind because I got a bigger one in rifle season, but he ended up getting that one with the flintlock.
Yeah, and he stood there and watched the flintlock misfire 4 times before it finally went off.
But when it came to me, he wanted to take a walk. Yeah.
But last question: dream hunt. Anything. You have to pick one.
Probably out west, maybe like pronghorn or something like that. Just something crazy different than here.
Yeah.
Well, if you want a trophy pronghorn, I'm booking. Still have spots open for 2026, but I would recommend 2027. What's nice about a pronghorn hunt, if you want an easy hunt, well, I don't mean easy, but yeah, I do.
Higher success rate.
Yeah, you're gonna get a shot at a pronghorn, especially the guy I went with. He's gonna make sure you get a shot. Western hunters definitely shoot further than we do.
Yeah.
I said because my son, he can hit out the 400 yards, but he's typically 100 and within. And I like to shoot 200 and within, but I do practice at 500. These guys think nothing of throwing rounds at 700-800 yards. And that's a long shot. And pronghorn aren't that big. But, yeah, try to get it closer. But I would definitely recommend anyone who's never done a pronghorn. It's usually a 3-day hunt, so it's not a huge commitment. They're about the half the price of anything else.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
Yeah.
And if you get done early, like I did when I went with Brendan, we had ammo, we had guns, we had small game tags, and they're prairie dogs.
Prairie dogs. That sounds like something
Sitting there, the sun comes up, and you're watching them running around. And I'm a big fan of a suppressor, so I had the 6.5 Creedmoor suppressor, and out in the desert, in the open, it sounds like a BB gun going off. So they just see the dust kick up, and they run around a little bit.
I want to see you hit one with the 300 PRC.
Yeah, I have a 300 PRC. That's a big gun. I've only killed one thing with the 300 PRC.
Really?
And I bought it for Alaska.
Yeah.
Because I'm afraid of grizzly bear. And, well, now I'm afraid of pigs, too. Got lucky. Maybe it's more common than I thought, getting attacked by pigs. But I want a big gun. And if I ever shoot a pig again and it goes down, I'm going to shoot it again.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure it's not breathing.
Yeah.
If it is breathing, sticking another round in it. I will never take that risk.
Yeah.
I don't know if I told you about getting attacked by my buddy and I were hunting in Argentina. I shot him. It's on the video. He's about 250 yards walking. I punch him. He runs maybe 30, 40 yards. Rolls, done. The last day, I already had both of my stags. We were all done, except my buddy needed a pig. So I went, only thing I had with me was a video camera. And he made a good trip. I want to say it was like 300 yards. But the pig was walking. And pig's anatomy is a little bit different than a whitetail. Their heart and lungs are a little bit further forward. And he basically made a perfect shot, but it was a little bit further back. It was like a liver shot. I ran up, and the guide went down, get the truck closer, and we went up. And I said to him, hey, like, turn the scope power down, just in case. And obviously, I wear glasses. I don't have perfect eyesight. He's got better than perfect vision. He's got eagle eyes. Yeah, he'll count the hairs on a moth's balls when he's flying. But I'm a little bit better with a rifle with like snap shooting and stuff. So he's like, listen, I'll look for the blood. You watch out with the gun.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like 3 peaks. And he thought it went that way. I thought it went in the middle. The guy thought it went up. So I went with him first. We didn't see anything, and we're walking by, and the guide said, I think it went up that way. And you could smell pig. I'm like, I think it went this way. So I walk over. I'm the only one with the gun now. And I look and I see the pig. And I was like, hey, I got blood over here. I was going to do that like, when you get a little kid, you get him excited and say you have blood when you have the deer. And came over, and I got the video camera ready. I'm starting to record. And the video was that camera. And as I'm saying to him, hey, he goes, it's still breathing. And I drop the camera and I pull up the gun. I should have kept the camera going a little bit longer, but the guide gets in front of us and he can't speak English. And he was like, no, I stab. And pulls up. They carry butcher knives with them that are about this, like the blade's this long to handle, like a ring. And he walks up over to stab it, and the thing turns around like the warthog from The Lion King, shooting steel. And it spun, and I guess it didn't realize there were going to be three of us. This is about a 300-pound Russian boar. And it paused for a second with just anger, like, I've got a stomach ache, and you guys did it. I'm going to kill one of you. And it locked onto the three of us, and both of those guys were like your size. And it looked up at me and locked. I was like, uh-oh. But the guy was in front. So my buddy Jake, he's already down the mountain like the Roadrunner. There's a cloud of dust behind him. He's gone. The guy goes to go by me, but now the pig is up and he's full blast. And, you have to, they say to dive out of the way. When was the last time you tried to dive? I'm 44, so I'm doing this weird, like, side hop to get out of the way. The pig, like, starts to turn and then realizes this guy, and the guide had already fallen down, went to get back up. And the pig got past me and then turned and went at the guide and got him. And sliced him right across his leg. Thankfully, he was a rugby player. He had legs like Jason Momoa. And he had these big, like, heavy brush pants on. But one of the tusks ripped right through and then got on top of him. The other thing that was good was his head was in the pig's chest, like right here. So the pig was trying to get him, but his chin was hitting on the top of the guy's head. I could see blood flying, and this guy's screaming. I got the gun, but all I could see is pig. It was a 300 Win Mag. And I'm like... so Jake's coming back up the hill now. He's like, Aaron, shoot the pig. I'm like, Jake, I don't have a shot. And finally the pig gets frustrated and steps back and puts his head down to gore him. And I shoot him in the ass. Right in... It's crazy. I blew through his hip and I watched the bullet splash right next to the guy's head.
Oh, wow. And
the pig spins and looks at me, and I shoot it again. And then it's like, all right, something's not good with this guy. He's hurting me. And he takes off running towards Jake. And I put another one in his chest, and he kind of goes down. But now I don't have any more bullets because I don't even have a gun. I was holding the other guy's gun. So I go to the guy, but he's all bloody and stuff. And I'm like, give me a bullet. So it was like that scene from that one movie where they're trying to clean the blood off the bullets to get them into the 50 cal.
Yeah.
So I'm like trying to get the dirt and stuff off of it to get it in because the pig's still, at this point, it's got 4 300 Win Mags in it. And I gave him a fifth and that put him out.
That's awesome.
But yeah, we were up 2 hours into the mountain, an hour into the mountains, and then 2.5 hours away from any kind of civilization. And he took it. He had to get his whole leg stitched up. Just missed his femoral artery by a hair.
That's so lucky.
And I'm like, his freshman year, he had a rash. And I look over there, and he's got his whole first aid kit lit out. He's putting, like, cream on his arms. I come on over, I look at him. He's got giant hives growing out of his neck. His ears starting to swell. I'm like, dude, we're going to nurse's office.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But just like him, I always have my what my first aid kit looks like. So I've got my GPS, my first aid kit, and everything. That day I wasn't hunting, so I brought the camera. I didn't bring anything. And I go to the truck, I get his first aid kit. It was like a piece of gauze and some eye wash and a piece of tape. So I was like, I had my electric tape on my bino harness. So I put the gauze, I put a dirty sock, and then just wrapped it with electric tape and got him to the truck, got him out of there.
It's crazy.
Anyway, that's pretty much it. Any other pearls of wisdom you want to share with us?
I don't think I have anything, man.
Gonna go out turkey hunting at all?
Probably not. No.
Yeah, I missed opening morning. I got stuck at work, and then I wanted to go tomorrow, but I have to do adult things.
Go to work again, or no? You're
I gotta go to Harrisburg tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you coming over and sharing your story with us, and of course, I got you one of our fancy stickers and a regular sticker. Put out something, so it'd be cool. Like and subscribe. Yeah, that's it. Newt, anything else?
All I got.
All right, brother.
On the rugged road where the wild winds blow, through the mountains high where the rivers flow, with the sun in the sky and my family by my side, we're chasing dreams on this hunting ride. Out in the wild where the heart feels free, with the ones I love, that's where I'll always be. Through the woods so deep and the sky so wide, we're living life on the rugged